because that's bright. Back. Okay. That's better. That's right. It's kind of okay. Let's kind of choose a grayish color because I think grayer, because if it's gray you can kind of see the shadows better. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Easier to see shadows. It's gray. If it's white, I'll show you. Yeah, you're like, the shadows aren't nearly as defined. We don't want that. Almost one. Okay. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations, the podcast. Girlfriends to overtime the business talking about TV reasons. on the news desk, and it's going to be interesting given some real world dilemmas. But it's a bit of a blessing in disguise for my sister, I think. But it's a bit of a blessing in disguise for my sister, apparently, because she didn't have her costumes ready. But basically, Emerald City Comic Con, which was supposed to happen next weekend, has been delayed this summer on account of the apparent worst flu season the world has ever hit.
Yep.
But like I said, a bit of a blessing in disguise for my sister because her costumes weren't ready. Thankfully, I would have. And I'm a bit thankful because given the total numbers I would have numbers. I'm glad I don't have to risk my neck. Also in the convention news, and it's actually kind of relevant to the episode for today. Torch and Ember are coming to Northwest.
Yep. Even more royalty for the convention.
Yes, I know it always looks bad. You gotta get through the bad to look good. Right? Yeah, that's not something people say, but
Also, the next DVD has been announced. Albeit it's a European release, judging by the marks on the cover. Spring, Sunsets, and Holidays. Also, the connected trailers dropped. Apparently, Lord and Miller are coming back. Apparently, Phil Lord, Chris Miller are coming back to Sony.
Huh. Okay.
And also, Sonic sequels are in development, according to James Marsden.
Oh, anything in particular?
On the theme park side of things, Mickey's Runaway Railway is apparently a big topic.
Is it out already?
Oh, how so? What is it?
And it's interesting to do roller coaster at the Busch Gardens, Virginia.
Hmm.
And finally, on the sports desk today, Logano wins Phoenix plus for Mustang top 10.
Hmm.
It's always funny working with this. It looks so creepy beforehand. Like that. There needs to be more forehead. That's the problem, I think. Not like that. Get the proportions right first. Let's okay. I think I should start over. Okay. Really close to the TV. Okay. Why don't we get into the episode reviews?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Trying to get wrapped around that. Anyway, happy International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. I probably should have said it at the beginning. And we're doing this properly with one of the stronger recurring females.
Yep, today's episode, Gauntlet of Fire, I believe.
That's
I wanted to make sure I didn't say Goblet of Fire. I was like, no, that's Harry Potter. That's completely different.
Can't remember if it was a thing, but I'd imagine there would have been some jokes.
So the episode begins with Rarity and Spot doing some gem hunting, as they do, and Rarity is very grateful that he's there to be her basket holder. I mean, bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like one time she went and she woke the bats up and they were all up in her mane and stuff. Like, can't have that. Unfortunately, unicorn magic it tends to be a bit shiny, so you have the risk of waking them up. And hey, what's this? A bright shining light. No, that's not Rarity. That's glowing. He may or may not be radioactive. I'm not sure. So yeah, he is glowing bright and itchy, and he makes a very nice nightlight. So back at Twilight's castle, she's having a nice tea with Celestia and Luna. We were talking about like, it's nice to get away from all the crises they have to deal with. Like, excuse me, crises you have to deal with? Oh, I'm sorry. Like, you mean there's stuff we're dealing with that we didn't see, and that you didn't just shove onto Twilight?
If I would like to counteract that a bit, remember back in the 6 opener where they were trying to hold the clouds back?
Okay, to be fair, yeah, that's true. I completely. Okay, to be fair, most things with the Crystal Empire tend to be completely forgettable. So yeah,
I don't know. Flurry was a bit of a punching bag for a while. Too much disdain.
yeah, that's fair. It's just. To be honest, I thought the Starlight Glimmer subplot was more interesting. But that's just me. But anyway, they're having tea, and in comes Spike and Rarity. Like, hey, any idea what's going on? Well, there are very few things they know about dragons, but this is something they actually do know about. Conveniently enough, when a dragon glows bright and itches, it means they have been called by the call of the Dragon Lord. Only way to ease the symptoms is to answer the call. So Spike must go to the Dragonlands and see what's up. Now, Dragonlands, they're dangerous. So Twilight and Rarity volunteer to go with. Yeah, Spike decides to volunteer to go with Spike.
What episode were you watching? Jeez.
Yeah, you need to be careful because it's dangerous, and they've seen dragons before, or they're kind of dicks. They are not nice.
Nice, they are not.
So Verity suggests she brings out her old dragon costume from the episode name is yeah, that one. But Twilight thinks like, no, we need to be more covert. So they go as a rock. I mean, it's the next best thing after a cardboard box. I mean, mind you, it does look like the rock is made out of cardboard, so. Well, I mean, when they toss it off, I mean.
Because Crackle worked so well last time.
So they go to the dragon ends, and Spike's sitting on the rock costume, and guess who shows up? It's Garble. And Garble do as he do, and he's a dick. Insults Spike, sits on the rock. But there's no time for the act. The Dragon Lord is here. Yeah, huge dragon, great booming voice. It's Dragon Lord Torch. He's a cool guy. Agree with him. But yeah, it's like he summoned them there because due to dragon laws, unfortunately, he has to retire. Yeah, it turns out that even the role of Dragon Lord has term limits. And he has summoned them all to go after to fetch the Bloodstone Scepter, which he has tossed into island volcano off in the distance. And whoever gets it shall be the next Dragon Lord. Now, meanwhile, while that's going on, Spike sees a small dragon flying up by the Dragon Lord. It's his daughter, Ember. Obviously, the Dragon Lord's daughter, duh. But yeah, she's kind of small, but size isn't everything.
That's what she said.
Really?
Yep.
Anyway,
Given
now that
the Milan remake that's coming out, I was trying to come up with some good Milan jokes.
Anyway, now that the call has been answered and the glowing and itching has died down, Spike thinks it's like, hey, I'm done here. Let's go home.
Yeah.
He of course gets called out by the Dragon Lord, like, hey, where are you going? You can't come until I say you can. Ember chips in, it's like, hey, he's just small, let him go. He doesn't even want to be here. And Spike's like, yeah, it's
like what she said.
yeah. And the Dragon Lord's like, fine, you're puny anyway. So they start getting ready to go, but over here some of the other dragons discuss what their plans are for when they become Dragon Lords. One of them wants to have burps be an official greeting. Another one wants to pillage Equestria for all of their pillows. Garble wants to raid Equestria, take whatever, and burn the rest.
Yeah, boy.
Like, well, that escalated quickly. So yeah, seeing this, Spike decides that there's only one way to protect Equestria, and that is to win the Gauntlet of Fire. Even if it means he has to stay here and not go back with his friends.
She would much rather do.
Yeah, he'd much prefer that, but sacrifices have to be made.
Still, as I said when we were watching, does anyone get any strange feelings given what's happened last year?
Yes, the Garble's character development.
That everyone asked for, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to avoid having a pig snout. Oh, wrong way.
But yeah, they meet up. Oh yeah, while this is going on, Ember wants to get prepared for the gauntlet, but her dad's like, "Nah, you're tiny. Tiny dragons can't be leaders. They need to be big and strong." And oh my god, it's like, file complaint for gender discrimination. I bet he'd probably say that about any of the other girl dragons. Because actually, size-wise, okay, we don't really get a good comparison. She's a little bit smaller, but like that one document that I was talking about, the burp gradients, like she doesn't seem that much bigger than Ember, really. But then again, it might be like a weird scaling thing.
I believe.
Also, he's probably really protective.
I believe Nate called out Starlight.
Is Starlight Dragon?
Eh.
It's debatable, I guess.
But yeah, they go to the cliff by the ocean, in or whatever, the water, and it's like, okay, hey, Spike's here. Thought you didn't want to be here. It's like, whatever. I decided to compete anyway.
The one's
And
gonna
off they-
keep you guys in check.
Because apparently intents are not for retirees.
Skipping ahead. Yeah, I tried to go off memory, but like, this is why I have the episode on hand to, go over. So off they go. Oh, Garble knocks Spike into the water. It's like, he's gonna swim anyway. It's not like he has wings or whatever.
Give it a couple of years.
Yeah, give it 2 seasons. But he's joined by a Twilight and Rarity in a, like, they're covered in seaweed. And they're going out across the water, and this creature comes out of the water and starts attacking dragons in the air. One of them covered in armor is knocked down, falls into the water in front of Spike, and that's not looking good. They might drown.
Something I didn't notice beforehand was this dragon was green. If you look closely, and when she's pulled ashore, there's a green trail behind her.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a nice touch.
So he pulls her to the shore of the islet where the scepter is, and they awaken, and the helmet is taken off, and hey, look, it's Ember.
Wait a second.
Yeah, she put on armor and painted herself so her father wouldn't notice. Very clever. Where did she get the paint? These are important questions that must be answered.
You ain't getting one. Look at how cute this is. Oh, she's adorable. This character.
Given the random Griffin appearances from season 1, given random Griffin appearances throughout the I'm inclined to believe there's the occasional visit, perhaps.
Yeah. Anyway, so Spike's like, "Oh, wait, aren't you Ember?" It's like,
Oh.
he said no, but I'm gonna compete anyway, because, like, screw you, Dad. And, well, she finds out about Twilight and Rarity. It's like, what are they doing here? Oh, they're my friends. Like, What are friends? We don't do friends. Friends are not a dragon thing.
Therefore, you are not a dragon. Ha!
But yeah, they chat for a bit. Then Garble flies by, gets hit by a rock, and is trapped underneath the rock. Twilight and Rarity hide again. Spike pushes the boulder off. Because Spike's nice like that. Not that Garble deserves it. But something's off. Garble smells pony.
Flesh. Oh, sorry.
Not just from Spike. Something in coming from over there. And he starts getting closer to the seaweed cover or Twilight and Rarity. And Ember, back in her helmet, says like, "Oh no, that's me. I raided a pony village on the way here." It's like, I like your style. And Garble flies off. But not before insulting Spike again. Because of course.
Head. You stupid head. You just fuck up.
But yeah, it's like seeing like the things throwing all the rocks and stuff. Spike Spike suggests that he and Ember work together. Ember will fly him up, and Spike will act as a second set of eyes to keep an eye behind her. And upon thinking about it for a bit, she agrees that it is a smart idea. So they go off, and Twilight and Rarity basically they're like, "Hey, we'll meet you there." So they fly off. They fly up to a cave. Twilight and Rarity are already there. Odds are they teleported. Twilight teleported them. Although now they're not in the seaweed, they're in a log. But now to enter the cave. That, actually I just realized, when they first get to the cave, a huge burst of fire comes out of it. Where did the fire come from? Because we get to the cave, and it's just like chomp, chomp, chomp. The cave hungers for flesh. Where did the flame come from?
Well, it is a volcano after all.
Yeah, I know that, but usually with that, it would be flame going upwards, not horizontal. Which would normally indicate that there's a fire-breathing something or other in there. But I'm just nitpicking a little bit. But yeah, they get into the cave, and yeah, it's chomping up. Spikes moving up and down on like a mouse chewing its food. Thankfully, Emperor and Spike are pretty small, so they managed to squeeze through. Garble follows, of course, and actually, yeah, Ember almost gets crushed, but Spike pushes her out of the way. Like, good teamwork. So they get out of that section and over to buy some lava pools, and hey, look, Twilight and Rarity are there. Rarity, the ground shakes a bit. Rarity almost falls into the one of the pools, but Spike, he saves her. Ember's like, WTF, you risk all this to save the pony? I mean, yeah, that's what friends do. Like, yeah, well, whatever, I was just using you. It's not like I like you or anything, baka. Yeah, Tsundere Ember. Just, yeah.
But as I noted by Twilight earlier, it's a bit contradictory to the other jerk-offs.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ember goes off on her own, and Spike's like, hey, we helped each other. That means we're friends. And we're gonna be friends whether you like it or not. So they go off.
What do you guys think of the eyes, by the way?
Okay. It's still kind of weird with the whole giant hole with the cylinders thing, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. But I don't know how else to represent that.
Yeah, usually like the prints end up with. Yeah, usually the prints end up not with so much detail. So much detail that you're giving.
That's true. You see the derpy print though?
The derby print?
Yeah.
Another reason why you need to follow on Snapchat.
Oh yeah, I was on Snapchat. I forgot. I have to send that. Yes. Yeah,
I don't do Snapchat. I barely know what Snapchat is.
send him it. Man in the chair, send him it.
You kids and your Snapchats. And your TikToks.
TikTok sucks.
Yeah. I've been doing fine on it.
Repositioning.
Repositioning.
Hey, with my bed like this, I have to move around every now and then.
So what do you say? Oh,
Well, I was laying on my side.
that derpy came out pretty good. You can see it. Can you see it?
But anyway, so they're on their own again, and there's a bunch of interconnected caves going this way and that way, and like they pass through the same section like 3 times. But hey, that cave's different, and it is. In fact, it leads directly to a short pathway that leads to the scepter. And hey, no one else has gotten here, except hi, Garble. So yeah, Garble straight up tries to kill Spike, but in comes Ember. It's like, okay, fine, whatever, we're friends. God, no talky feelings.
Give it another year before she comes into. Give it another year before she runs into another fellow non-pony who's having trouble. Fellow non-pony who's having troubles.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're teaming up again. Oops.
One sec, I got. He's on my vest.
Not one. Wait, no, not oops yet. So Ember agrees to.
Wait, not.
Let's see now.
I know, I'm joking. Imagine a character joke. Wait,
Skip scenes. Yeah, I think at that point, Twilight and Rhodey's disguises get knocked off, and I almost said Smolder. Garble. Smolder is a few seasons too early. Garble. It's like, So Ember agrees to fight off Garble while Spike gets the scepter. And they fight, and yeah, Garble seems to have gotten the upper hand. Spike runs back, tugs on his ear. Okay, he's distracted. Ember's back in the fight. Spike goes, and he gets the scepter.
Runs in the family, apparently.
Dragon Lord Spike. Oh, fight's over. Yeah, Spike tells him to knock it off and to go back home, and on the way to give everyone he meets a hug without telling why. Why? Because he said so. That's why. Like, Ember's like, oh, Dragon Lord Spike. Nice. He hands the scepter to her. Dragon Lord Ember sounds much better. Because, I mean, hey, they're friends now, so she can help keep the ponies safe.
You missed one of the funny moments.
Oh?
You missed one of the... You missed that funny grin.
The hugs?
You missed that funny grin that he made.
Oh, yeah. The first... not pony. The first dragon Garble hugs just, like, gives a nice big smile. It's like, yee! But yeah, it's something I noticed with Spike is he helps get the support of like all of the foreign nations, like the Crystal Empire. He helps save the dragons. He gets Ember into place as the Dragon Lord. It's like Spike has all the foreign allies. Thorax, yes. Thorax as well. So it's like Spike really upped his diplomacy game.
Well, research into this
So yeah, Ember brings the scepter back to her dad, and like, yeah, I'm not big. So what? I won anyway. And yeah, it's like, yeah, good job. Yeah, he was probably just being really overprotective of her, is what I'm probably thinking. It's like, yeah, he puts on the big tough act, but he's probably a softie on the inside. And while this is going on, Garble hugs Dragon Lord Torch, and is like, what are you doing? It's like, I can't tell you.
And it's at this point all of China bows.
And also, this is a good point. Garble is true to his word. I mean, that's he's not trying to get out of it. He was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, it's like, Dragon Lord orders. Darn it.
Also, the cave thing. I should have put this out during the watch, but I'm slightly thankful since the episode was on a serious angle. Good they didn't do the multiple running gag.
Oh?
You know, there's a long hallway, a bunch of doors, and running.
Oh, right. But yeah, it's so Spike, Rarity, and Twilight are going on the way home, and they're happy. Spike got them a new ally. Twilight gets to find out more about dragons, and Verity got inspiration for a new camouflage-themed clothing.
Oddly specific. Yep, that's a horn. Good job.
And that's where God, I almost said that's where the dragon ends. That's where the episode ends.
And one thing I did notice the first time around is that the credits have a different music.
Yeah.
Not that it's new or anything. Not that it was new or anything, but
But yeah, it was a good episode. If I remember correctly, it was actually the first good Spike episode in a good long while.
Yeah.
yeah, that was one of the major praises at the time.
I mean, they eventually got better with writing Spike episodes, because after that point, they got substantially better.
I think they figured out how to write Spike, which helped.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Holding my mouth.
We ain't going to talk about it. Oh my gosh! Ah! Jakirin. Kirin.
Okay.
Sure. I want to see what Lathe does. Did you see that? Whoa! Holy.
It is the equivalent of Clay Potter's revolver.
perfect. Screw it. Actually, what if I just... Oh. Okay, well, looks like we're going to have to do the horn on this separate layer entirely. Why are horns so hard to do? Okay, how's it looking so far? Think. What do you guys think?
Not bad. Pretty good.
Could be worse, right?
Yeah.
think the big thing is the gap in between our eyes is small. So maybe her cheeks need to come out more. What time is it? It's 10 or
It's
11.
yeah, 10:50.
Okay. We may have to work our way towards it if this is how slow it's going to go.
Right.
Gross. I think a lot of it's missing too, so subconsciously you're kind of going like, "Where's the ears? Where's this? Where's that?" You know what I mean?
Right.
None of that's in yet. The nose needs to be quite wide. The helps a lot. To add to the character. Overall thoughts. What do you think of the episode?
Very good.
That's good. Better Spike episode than usual, right?
One of the best.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It was a definite game changer at the time.
Gave the diehards diehard Spike fans something to point to. As to why the character is good. Yeah, that adds a bit of character. What do you say? What say
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Still something's a bit off about it. I don't know. We'll work on it. His hair, though. Oh. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it for today.
And like I said, one of the stronger recurring females. Debuted here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Closing thoughts. I'm pretty tired standing here.
Closing thoughts. Good episode. Beginning of a turnaround for the quality of Spike episodes. Ember's a great character. Glad we got to see more of her later on.
Good voice acting, stellar
Yes.
artwork. Critiques. Tony's were a bit back shuffled a bit. Twilight was, I don't know. There's several times where the Twilight was just standing there. The ponies were just standing there when their cover was already blown, right? So they weren't hiding. They were just like, oh no, right? Like you've seen them do way crazier stuff and not be affected by it. So, but that's kind of grasping at straws. What say you, Alex?
As been said, turning point for Spike episodes. The stronger recurring females. Feels a little strange looking back, given what's come last year, but still, it's tied with Times They Are Changeling as my favorite episode from the season.
That's a pretty good one. Another Spike one. So yeah, overall, good episode. Solid Spike character development. Solid introduction of a new character, Smolder. Garble as usual. Yeah, pretty good episode. Nice one to look back on. All right, why don't you close this out, Alice?
So, with all that means said, I won't be occupied next weekend, obviously. Well, during the daylight hours. And on that, and on that note, we invite folks to stay safe until the weather warms up.
Yeah, we need you to watch our next podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll
Catch you all in the next one.
we'll have something interesting to talk. We'll have something interesting to talk about over Patrick's Day weekend. Until then, stay warm, stay healthy, take care.
Later.
Bye bye.